All right, I've joined SharePlay.
What's
I'm going to start my
up?
timer. Welcome back to Let's Play Podcast, guys.
Yay.
So, I found some news that we're going to read. I have not read it yet, but it sounds interesting. So we're gonna dive into this.
Okay.
Nintendo outlines key goals to ensure NX success. He also says, grab a Wii U while you still can.
Huh.
So, following an E3 in which Nintendo won the day in terms of social media buzz courtesy of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which I think is a bullshit statement. It's true, but they talked about Breath of the Wild after everything else, and they talked about it all day. So what else was anyone going to talk about?
Yeah.
But fine, they won the day. Focus is shifting to the future once again. Even that title, showcased on the Wii U, has the subcontext of being a key NX release in 2017, a point of view reinforced by Nintendo of America Executive Vice President of Sales Scott Moffat. Speaking to Financial Post, Moffat was asked about lessons learned from the Wii U and 3DS and how they'd be applied to the NX. He outlined a few key factors and pinpointed the Breath of the Wild as a key selling point for the next-gen system. First, it's really important to have the right content. Software drives hardware. We've proven that multiple times. The right game can really lift a system. With Legend of Zelda The Breath of the Wild being among the titles we're working on for the NX, we're very excited. It will be an immediate reason game fans will want to buy the hardware. Very true. Second, it's important to have clear positioning for your proposition and be able to explain it to consumers in a simple and easy way, unlike the Wii U. That was me. Those are among the things that we are working on for the NX. Third, we want to showcase all the things that make Nintendo great. When we bring out a title, it has to be of exceptional quality, it has to be fun, and it has to be an immersive experience, and put a smile on families' faces. As long as we stay true to those things, we'll deliver what we want. And certainly there are other factors, like third-party content. Our mission is to create the largest install base possible so that third-party developers will want to bring their content to our systems. So, pretty good that they're actually referencing everything that we already know that they don't do, or at least fail to do. What else? The issue of third-party support wasn't dodged by Moffat. He cited a few strong relationships, but also acknowledged that Nintendo needs to deliver the right hardware and sales to make NX a strong option. He also emphasized, encouragingly, the need for the hardware to be easy to work with, which has arguably been an issue with 3DS and Wii U to different degrees in the retail space.
This is the one I'm not supposed to attack, right?
Correct. If you attack him and change his state, he won't do the attack anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, throw that on. You could try and manipulate him and see if that works.
I did try.
Okay,
so
it fails. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quote, there's a tendency for people to focus on certain publishers or certain titles, but when you step back and take a look at it, we have great publisher relationships with companies like Ubisoft, which had some exciting announcements this week, Capcom, and Warner Brothers. They have been strong and will continue to be strong partners in the future. Having said that, we will attract even more partners to our platform, which of course is something we'd like to do, is having a piece of hardware that provides interesting ways for these companies to bring their game creations to life, one that's easy to program and work on, and that has a large enough install base of game fans that are looking for a variety of content. So for an avid gamer, a game like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is one of those that you can't not play. It's a new high point for the franchise that offers gamers incredible freedom. Your gaming arsenal will not be complete without a Nintendo system and this game in your house. Moffat was also quizzed about the upcoming Wii U lineup, and he remarked that with manufacturing focus shifting to NX, fans should grab a system while they can. This reinforces Nintendo's announcement in May that it's expecting to ship less than 1 million Wii U systems this financial year.
So does that mean they're no longer calling NX its own thing? Because a while back, you may recall that they mentioned this isn't a new Wii and it's not a new handheld. It's its own system.
So I can definitely see that being like a translation thing or something. I mean, that never made sense. Even when they said that, it was bullshit. Like, that didn't make any sense whatsoever. Obviously, the NX is going to be successor to Wii U. Like, they're not going to live alongside each other.
Dude, this guy is taking forever to do that move.
I know. It's one of the harder ones to get in the game because he's just very annoying. Let me see if I can get some more info for you.
Sure. On the bright side, I can easily farm my cheating.
You can farm what?
My limit breaks without cheating.
Oh, like Eris's? She already has her second one, doesn't she?
No, not yet. Because he's hitting everyone but Eris now.
Oh, right.
Which, you know, fine. Do whatever you want to do. I
Enemy
can still
skills
use
guide.
White Wind.
Shinra Mansion. Now this one is a little annoying as the enemy who has it rarely turns up. I find it turns up more often on the pictures, often in the pictures location, and the ones that do cast confusion and silence on you. When they do turn up, wait, what? Oh, this isn't the guy. I'm sorry. I have a picture of the guy right now. He's he's like a scale. He's like a floating scale, so he has two arms that go up and down.
Alright, nigga. Kick his ass. Well done.
Anyway, my bad, guys. Hopefully the NX news was good enough. There's one last quote here that talks about games for the Wii U specifically.
Okay.
We've announced that The Legend of Zelda will be coming out on both Wii U and NX, released at the same time for both, which is good. But it's not the only game we're working on and have in development for Wii U. This week, we're showing Paper Mario Color Splash, a fantastic new game in the Paper Mario series. I don't remember seeing that. And we're also showing Tokyo Mirage Sessions Pound FE. And we have content coming from Ubisoft and others. I believe that's the Fire Emblem Megaten crossover game, right? I think.
Maybe.
That game
looks great.
It looks awesome, but it looks very weird. And then the library of games on Wii U for fans who haven't played them all has never been more affordable thanks to Nintendo's select line of games priced at $19.99, which continues to grow. There's certainly plenty of content for existing Wii U owners, but there's plenty of reasons for people who've never owned the console to grab one now while they last. We will be transitioning production to NX, so our message to fans is to grab a Wii U while you can because they won't be around forever. I wonder what games are going to the select line, because that's actually a really good line of games. Because Nintendo games always are expensive, essentially. First-party games stay expensive, but the select games are always $20, which is way more reasonable for a lot of the games.
Stop it.
And I'm not going to read this one, but I found another article that says, headlines from Kotaku. Says, Final Fantasy XV's director says he found out about Scorpio at Microsoft's conference. Essentially, he's saying that 15 is designed for base PS4 and Xbox One. So whatever upgrades come with the Scorpio or the Neo, that's not in the plan right now for 15.
Where do I go?
You go to where you found Sephiroth the first time, so you go into the secret room.
I don't
And there's
remember
a chest up there.
was.
Don't worry, I've got you. Unlike with the Jersey enemy skill thing.
Yeah.
But I've got you. Ooh, I see a bunch of new videos on here.
What's he gonna do? He's gonna fall down.
So yeah, NX, PS4K, Scorpio.
Yeah. I'm actually super stoked about the Scorpio.
I think it'll be very interesting. I think that, I mean,
it is a renewed focus on Microsoft saying, "Hey, we know we lost this time,
right?
And it's time for us to move on and remind you guys why we were so big with the 360."
Right.
And
my expectation.
Go ahead. I don't think that Sony was ready for it.
No,
I don't think so. Sony is looking at this. There
you go.
And thinking, "Oh, this is a lot different than what we were thinking for the Neo."
Right.
And
but I think they are complete. I don't think they're revisiting the Neo or anything to change it. Like I don't think they are
going
different.
to change the Neo either. But I think they
might start working on something else.
What?
They might start working on something else.
Yeah, I think they're going to be prepared to just say, well, I guess this is... The Neo is not going to necessarily be the thing that beats the Scorpio like the PS4 did with Xbox One.
Yeah, I don't see them as... like, Xbox has their S, which they just came out with, and I would say that's going to be more comparable to what the Neo is.
Mm-hmm.
And Scorpio is essentially their next console. Like, it's still staying in the Xbox One ecosystem, but Microsoft is trying to get away from the generations. Like, that's what their attempt is. So Scorpio is the next Xbox, essentially.
Right.
PlayStation's not thinking about that yet, and I think that's fine. I think we're still early. Like, we don't need to be thinking about the next generation yet, in that sense. We don't need another generation. If the Scorpio comes out and it works, which I have doubts about, if they're telling the truth about what it is, I have doubts about it working.
Yeah, you have doubts because you're an Xbox hater.
No, it's because we've seen this before. I think Xbox is going to do it better, at the very least, but Steam tried this, and it didn't work.
Yeah, but Steam also had how many different people making a machine?
That's where I think this is going to be better. But the other thing is, the only market for the Scorpio, assuming it is what they say it is, which is essentially it's going to be an Xbox computer, it's going to cost at least $1,000, if not closer to $1,500. The market for this thing is Xbox players that really want to up their game a lot, but they don't want to build a PC.
Yeah.
A lot of the Xbox gamers that do want to do that, they probably have already or are going to just build a new PC to play all those games because they're all going to work on PC. So the Scorpio itself is only servicing a market that doesn't want to get into building PCs, and that's it. And even that, like, if you think of it that way, there is a lot of competition because every Dell, every Alienware, like every all-in-one PC out there that's capable of playing games is a competitor to the Scorpio, theoretically. And they're cheaper.
Theoretically, but the people that are going to buy the Scorpio are the console gamers, not the PC gamers.
That's what I'm saying, though. I'm saying that Microsoft is trying to put them into one group. The Xbox gamers that want the Scorpio could build a PC. So the bridge between those two is if they want to build a PC or they just want to buy a Scorpio. That's the difference. So the market is already, that's the market, and then it gets split between those two camps. Buy a Scorpio or buy a computer / build a computer. So it's really...
I don't remember where I'm supposed to go.
Did you already talk to Sephiroth?
Yeah.
Now go over here to this door because you have the key. Because you got it from the safe. Did you examine the safe when you won the fight?
No.
My bad. You have to examine the safe to get the key, and that means you didn't get Cosmo Memory either, right? Or did you get that from the fight?
Cosmo Memory.
Okay. So yeah, there's 3 things. You have to get the key and the weapon. You have to get Cosmo Memory from the fight, and you get the materia that falls out as well. There's 3 things. Ooh, Shiva. So yeah, like as a tech person, like as a person that looks at the industry as a whole, I love what they're doing. Like, yes, essentially turn your console into a PC and open it up and like let people play on it. Even if they don't want an Xbox, they can play on it. They can play those games and they can play with the people that are playing on the console. Like that's what everybody wants, and that there's no reason that shouldn't be the case. But I do look at it as I don't know if the Scorpio is actually going to work. I think it's going to reinforce their stance, and I think that's completely valid and it's valuable. It's a valuable thing that they are so in on this jump in how the generations work and how the tech is working for gaming, that they're going to make their own PC to like, this is an entry point for you, right? If you don't care about computers and you just want to play the Xbox games the best way you can, which is going to be on a computer because you can upscale and everything, like you're not limited by the console's tech, this is your entry point. And then once you have this, maybe we'll come out with another Scorpio later that's an upgrade, or we can transition you into like build the console that you want in a PC and still play all of your Xbox games, right? So like the Scorpio is going to be that transition point. I don't know if that's going to work, and it's doubtful it's going to work for everyone, because a lot of people, even if they wanted to build a PC, like build their own computer, gaming computer, I cannot see the Scorpio, based on what they've said, because they haven't shown us anything. The thing's got to be around $1,500, if not more. Like, I don't see any other way around it.
I don't think it's going to be that expensive. And I think you're insane for thinking it's.
If it's not that much,
what am I supposed to say?
Then their marketing is very misleading. Talk about Sephiroth. Just keep talking to him. I'm pulling up the specs for the Scorpio. Oh wow, this is a very in-depth article. Oh, then it kind of cuts short.
Who are you? Right?
Yes. So Xbox Scorpio versus PS4 Neo specs comparison, which a lot of Neo is not confirmed, but
yeah, it's kind of a silly.
Right.
S.B. Kenny. Oh, no. S-Bay Kenny.
S-Bay Kenny, that's right. It looks like we're going to have two half-generation upgrades for the PS4 and Xbox One coming in the next 18 months. We have both the PS4 Neo and the Xbox Project Scorpio confirmed. Both Microsoft and Sony have been forced into a corner by the rapid rise of both VR and 4K TV, something that either didn't predict when they first launched their consoles or chose to ignore. Either way, we are now faced with the prospect of two powerful consoles battling out, so let's compare what we know so far. Bear in mind, the figures we have for the PS4 Neo are based on leaked reports only, while the Scorpio figures are pulled directly from Microsoft's announcement video. Moreover, Scorpio is over a year away. Many seem to feel it's almost an Xbox 2, while the Neo is expected later this year. The Scorpio has an 8-core unknown clock speed processor, while the PS4 Neo has an 8-core 2.1 GHz processor.
My reasoning for thinking you're crazy about that is PlayStation already made the mistake of announcing a console that was an insane price. What was it, $800?
What, you mean the original PS3? 600.
Yeah. 600?
Yeah.
800, 600.
Right. But that was like, I agree with you that 15 would be insane, but it's also not like a base console, right? It's not like they're coming out and be like, all right, this is the Xbox 2 and it starts at $1,500, right? Like, that's not what it is. This is a zombie thing, it's going to suck your blood and hit you with lightning. Like, yeah, but this is not like a base console. This is essentially another exaggerated form of what the Elite was, right? Like, the Elite was a pretty expensive console for the time, and then the controller itself is $150, and also not like super well received necessarily. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. God, 6 teraflop GPU.
Yep.
The Neos was at 4.14, which is still probably more than you need generally.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, is that people are going to get mistaken by what this thing can do. Anybody who thinks that this thing's going to play games in 4K is mistaken. That's not how it works. Neo or Scorpio are not going to play games at 4K.
No, Scorpio will play games in 4K.
No.
The Xbox One S will not.
Neither will the Scorpio.
Then why are they
We
saying
don't have the
that it's
tech
going
for
to?
that. It can play content at 4K, like movies.
No. Xbox One S can play content at 4K.
Yes.
The Xbox Scorpio, they were talking about making games playable in 4K.
And you think that's not going to be worth $1,500? The graphics card alone for that's going to be $600 or $700. Just the graphics card.
Hold on once. I think it'll be worth it. I'm just saying, I don't think that's what's the price point is going to be.
The Xbox Scorpio will have 8 gigabytes of graphics memory. We don't know for a fact what the bare minimum we'd expect, while the Neo will also have 8 gigabytes. In terms of bandwidth, it'll be 320 versus 218. The 320 figure is interesting. It's the same bandwidth as NVIDIA's top-end GeForce GTX 1080 graphics card for PCs, which uses GDDR5X memory instead of GDDR5. It's therefore possible there will be a gulf in memory tech between the two consoles, with the Scorpio getting faster GDDR5X with the Neo stuck on GDDR5. Of course, this is all subject to change, so it's entirely possible the Neo memory will get an upgrade before it launches. The other specification, we can't make direct comparisons to the GPU's floating operations per second. This is getting super techy. Big number, good. Yes, caveman, big number is good. But when you consider that the PlayStation 4 is already capable of VR without any changes to internal hardware, this gulf isn't simple victory as it first appears. PSVR uses an external box to create the 3D part of VR, taking the load off the console itself. So I'm supposed to leave Vincent alone? Yeah, if you keep talking to him, that's all it says.
Yeah.
So yeah, then just leave.
Alright. Okay. What?
Wait.
Oh, okay.
Assuming Microsoft doesn't do something similar, many tip Scorpio to support the Oculus Rift or HTC Vive for VR. This could close the gap on VR performance, if not 4K gaming. But that's a lot of ifs, so what we really need to do is wait it out. Blah, 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 blah. With today's graphics cards only just able to start tackling 4K in VR effectively, this might leave you concerned. By the time these consoles come to market, they'll represent the equivalent of a year-old upper mid-range gaming PC in terms of performance.
Ew.
But consider this, games consoles are much more efficient than their PC counterparts. They're designed for one thing and one thing only, gaming. This means the graphics APIs are tuned to perfection with low overheads and plenty of room for extra performance in the future. Still, depending on how much the two cost, it might prove more sensible to buy a gaming PC anyway. Like, that is like what you're saying is exactly the reason why I think it's going to be expensive. If they want to play 4K gaming in any form on that console, they need a graphics card that's going to be minimally $600, and that's right now. Yes.
I'm just gonna go to.
We're beyond where we were, right? I think we got Vincent and Save last time when we lost all that. So I think we're now actually getting ahead of ourselves. So yeah, we're heading to the mountains again, which is where Cloud went in the flashback, or Dickridus went in the flashback with Sephiroth. Remember? They go up to the reactor and they see the monsters. I believe you're not necessarily going to the reactor, but you're going to pass by it and then continue through to the next area.
Oh, I need to switch. I need to switch the Eris limit break.
Ooh, Shiva leveled up. Yes, you do. But remember, keep Eris in the group and get a lot of kills with her.
Right.
Although now you're on the limit break portion, so do that. Use that limit a bunch of times. But kills are good too. We need kills. There you go. Sweet. What about Tifa? Does she have her level 2 yet?
Let's find out.
No, not yet. She's the only one where it continues through. So like even when you get to your level 3, your level 1s and 2s are still part of your limit break because it's a big combo.
Sorry, I just want to make a save.
Yep. Oh yeah, we're heading to Rocket Town.
Rocket Town. Alright. Alright.
So yeah, we're on Mountain Bell right now. Make sure you keep your enemy skills on because there's going to be... I told you about an enemy skill that only happens in the game 3 times, and you can't get it if you miss all 3. And one of the first time is coming up. So we're going to get it on these 2 enemy skills that we have. What time is it? We're going to finish this battle and then move on to the next episode of Let's Play Podcast. That's what's going to happen.
Yay! I don't remember what Breath of Earth does.
Me neither.
Okay.
We'll find out though.
Here it comes. Well, it missed.
I think it fixes all of your if you have any debuffs on you. I think it heals
okay.
you. But it doesn't matter, just keep using it. So yeah. Wrap a bow on that topic. I think everyone's crazy to not think this thing's gonna be expensive. Unless Microsoft's gonna take a massive hit on it. Massive.
I mean, that would be a smart thing for them to do.
Will it though?
You know that Sony took a hit on the PS4 in the beginning.
Yes, but not as much of a hit as I think it would take to make this console.
Okay.
Like they would be taking, this thing would have to cost 50% of what it actually costs to produce, to make it and to get it out there at a reasonable price, and that's a very big hit. I don't know. We'll see. Next
We'll see.
next fall,
year.
we'll see. We have a long time to wait, so everyone enjoy your Xbox Ones and your S's, I guess. The S itself, I give them a lot of props for the S. I cannot believe that they... Really, it's almost a knock, because they made a console that's 40% smaller, and the power brick is inside of it now.
Yeah.
How the fuck?
I don't understand.
How the fuck did the original Xbox One ever happen? If they could do, like, Jesus Christ. That's so different.
But that's exactly what happened with the 360, too.
Yeah, it is.
The 360 Elite came out, the power brick got put inside of that, too, and it was smaller, and you didn't have a detachable hard drive, and...
God, it's like, that's such a change. How the hell? All right, anyway. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.
We will continue.
Subscribe.
Yes, like, subscribe. Tell us what you like and don't like, because we want to know. Traveling Kissing Show, 100 subscribers. YouTubes, Twitches, Twitters, Facebooks.
www.nkrn.org.
You know you don't need to say the www dot.
I can do whatever the fuck I want.
You can, but you save like 2 seconds of time.
Fine. Triple dubs. NKRN.org.
NKRN.org.
Okay.
Go to it. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Do what I want, Mike.